right? Well, in the couple of seconds it took me from walking from here, there to here, we're all sold out, right? No, but unveil the shadow. Now this was the teaser we've been sending to the press, our friends and fans all over the world, and today this is the world premiere right here in Europe. And I must say that the teaser that we sent out wasn't exactly the best teaser. Well, there were two groups of people who who had great guesses. One group got it absolutely right, the other got it absolutely wrong. So if you're in the group that thought that this was a Razer toaster, you got it wrong. All right? So the group that guessed that this is a Razer desktop, well, you got it absolutely right. All right? So what is the shadow? What is the Razer desktop? So before I unveil it, I thought I'd kind of take everyone through the thought process or the design process that we've gone through with this Razer desktop. Now, given it's a Razer desktop, it's got to be incredibly powerful, right? It's got to be right up there. It's got to be in the top 5 percentile of all desktops in the planet. So what would we put inside it? Well, let's think about the CPU. Well, clearly, we would use an Intel Quadcore i7 CPU, no less. That's got to be the case, right? Good? We're all set. So we are big fans of what Nvidia has done with the Pascal cards. So we'll be putting in a Geforce GTX, probably a 1080, to make sure that it's one of the most powerful desktops out there. Geforce GTX 1080, that's a phenomenal beast of a graphics card. What about the display? Well, we want to have the great benchmarks in terms of the display. It's going to be pixel perfect. It's got to have a 4K display, you know, in today's world, one of the best gaming desktops. And not just any 4K display. We would want a G-Sync supported display from our friends at Nvidia again. A 4K G-Sync display. Now, finally, it's a Razer product, so we've got to make sure that it's going to be supported by the #1, the only RGB standard out there, powered by Razer Chroma. All right? Razer Chroma, just to share a little bit, I think Brad has touched a little bit about it, but it's the only RGB standard today supported by all the top game developers, you know, games like Overwatch, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, and thousands of games and Chroma profiles. So we've got to have all that 16.8 million colors of goodness. So, there you've got it. We will have a Quad-Core i7 CPU. We've got a GTX 1080, no less. We've got a 4K screen, a G-Sync enabled display, and of course, powered by Razer Chroma. Now, are you guys ready for me to unveil the shadow? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most powerful desktops on the planet. And this is how it looks. That is pretty crazy. So that's what we have. One of the most powerful desktops on the planet. In something as slim and light as a laptop. So why did we do this? Well, 5 years ago, we shared an image when we first launched the Razer Blade. And that's up there, all right? We had blurred the line between desktop and laptop. But still, you know, as we blur the lines with the Razer Blade's thin, powerful gaming laptops, there were still desktop loyalists. Desktop loyalists that said, wait a minute, a laptop is never going to be as powerful as a desktop. So if you use a gaming laptop, you've got to be a filthy casual. All right? So tonight, we are not just blurring the line between desktop and laptop, we are completely removing the line between a desktop and a laptop. That's what we're going to do. So what are we going to unveil? In a single line, we are going to unveil the desktop in your laptop. Or as they would say it in Germany, I think it's der Desktop in deinem Laptop. So for the past 5 years, we've got the Blade Stealth, everything there is in terms of portability. That's what we've focused that user for that. We've got the Razer Blade, that perfect balance between portability and power. And now we've got the new Razer Blade Pro, the desktop in your laptop. So let's find out what exactly is in the new Razer Blade Pro. First up, as I've mentioned, it's got to have one of the best CPUs out there from Intel. It's a quad-core i7 processor. It's the 6700HQ. It's a phenomenal CPU. Runs everything. Now that's of course not all. We've got to have a Nvidia Geforce GTX 1080 desktop class in the laptop. Now that's a beast of a GPU. 8 gigabytes of GDDR5X RAM. That is an insane GPU, and it runs like melted butter. Flawless, smooth. It's truly amazing. And of course it's VR ready. It's not just VR ready, of course. It completely obliterates the VR spec, right? It runs everything for the HTC Vive to the Oculus Rift. So it's going to run every single VR device out there. So it's an insanely powerful desktop. What else? Well, it's got a beautiful screen. It's pixel perfect. It's a 4K screen. And not just any 4K screen, it's also supported by Nvidia G-Sync. No stuttering, no lagging, ultra smooth. And it's got a massive amount of real estate, 17.3 inches, and it's an all-touch display. It's a phenomenal display. Now, of course, we haven't just used any display. We've used the very best. This is an IGZO panel, and it has 100% Adobe RGB color range. It's a fantastic display. And this is a good opportunity for me to take a bit of a step back and share with you guys that what we've realized at Razer is that it hasn't just been the hardcore gamers, the gaming enthusiasts who've been using the Razer Blades. We've seen a whole host of content creators that have been using the Razer Blades, from music producers to movie producers to photographers, etc. And that's why the displays that we use in every single one of our systems has got to be top-notch. So this has got a beautiful, phenomenal display. So what else? That's not just enough for us. So it's got an insane amount of performance. It's got a phenomenal screen. It's got 32 gigabytes of dual channel memory. We want to go really over the top for this. It's pretty amazing. It's not just 32 gigabytes of dual channel memory. We've got up to 2 terabytes of PCIe SSD on a RAID 0 format. That's just amazing. It's got space for all your games. It's got space for all your photos. It's got space for all your private videos and things like that. It's just amazing. So we have done everything. We have done everything there is to do. We have designed and made one of the most powerful desktops on the planet. Just think about it. We've got a quad-core i7 CPU. We've got GeForce GTX 1080, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of SSDs. Have we silenced all the desktop loyalists? Absolutely not. Why? Because I can imagine one of the desktop loyalists saying, wait a minute, Min, okay, we admit you guys have designed the very best, one of the most powerful gaming desktops on the planet. But there is one thing that you can't do, and I would say, what is it? And they would say, well, there's one thing that you cannot replicate in a laptop, and that is, you cannot replicate the Razer Black Widow mechanical keyboard. And to that, ladies and gentlemen, I will say hello to the world's first ultra mechanical keyboard. It's truly amazing. We've had an entire team focused on building the first ultra-low-profile mechanical keyboard from the component ground up. We've spent millions of dollars, thousands of engineering hours to make sure that we are able to replicate that feel on the fingertips of a mechanical keyboard in something super, super slim. And you can see it's a beautiful, beautiful keyboard. It's just phenomenal. And it feels really good. So, what else? We've made sure that, of course, since I'm here, we've got localized keyboard options. We've got, of course, localized keyboard options for Germany, which is great, and France, and the UK, and of course, for the US too. I still want to be able to go back. But we're not done yet. We want to go over the top. So advanced connectivity. We wanted to make sure that it's got all the best I/O ports on this. We've got Thunderbolt on this. 40 gigabits of pure goodness. Now bear in mind, most desktops out there don't even have Thunderbolt on it yet. And now the new Razer Blade Pro is going to have a Thunderbolt port over USB-C. And not just that, it's got a dedicated network card, a killer Double Shot Pro. And what has it got? Well, basically, the killer Double Shot Pro is a new network card that allows you to have both a wired and wireless connection, and it will automatically prioritize, the fastest packets. So much lower ping, less lag, and basically an incredible card. And this, of course, means that the new Razer Blade Pro comes with an Ethernet port. All right? Now, finally, for our content creators, of course, we've made sure to take note that we have included an SD card slot for all the photographers out there. All right? So, we've done an incredible amount. So we've put in a quad-core i7 CPU. We've got a Geforce GTX 1080. We've got 32 gigs of RAM. We've got up to 2 terabytes of SSD. All this is an incredible amount of power. All this is an incredible amount of heat. And how are we able to have all of this into something as thin and light as a laptop? Well, pretty much the same thing that we've been doing for the past 5 years since we invented this entire category. We have got some of the best thermals engineers on the planet. And what we've done is that we've got bespoke thermal management systems that are generations ahead of everyone else. And I dare say that right after this keynote ends, when we open up for orders and stuff like that, usually what we find is that our competitors are the first ones to try to log in an order. Why? Because they want to take it, open it, and see what they can do to reference the work that we've done. So if you'd like to see the work that we've done with another brand, you can always buy one of them about 18 months later. All right? So what we've done, however, with the Razer Blade Pro is that we've got these bespoke thermal management systems that in this case, we are now using not just a vapor chamber, but the thinnest vapor chamber available at this point of time. It's got dynamic heat management. We've got internal fans that are built in to draw the heat. And that allows us to make something super slim, super light. And how slim and how light? Well, it's just 22.5 millimeters thin. That's just amazing. That's 0.88 inches thin. It's the thinnest, most powerful desktop you can imagine. And how light? Well, it's just 3.5 kilograms light. 3.5 kg. That's about 7.5 pounds. And usually, whenever we launch a new laptop, we like to kind of reference the competition and say, hey, look at this thing. It's like double the thickness, it's 3 times the weight, and it's the same performance. But in our case, today, we're unable to do that. Why? Because the closest thing that we can find, if you think about it, to the performance of the new Razer Blade Pro is a mini ITX case and a screen on top of that, which is about that. That's what we've done. So, would you guys like to see it?
Yeah!
All right. There we go. So in a single hand, I'm carrying one of the world's most powerful gaming desktops over here. As you can see, super, super thin and super, super powerful. Just gonna open it up over here. I hope I don't drop it. You can see it's really, really thin. And it's beautiful. You guys can see the beautiful 17.3-inch touch display. It's an IGZO panel, 4K, G-Sync. And would you guys like to hear the mechanical keyboard? And this is the first ultra-low profile mechanical keyboard. All right. There you have it. The new Razer Blade Pro, the desktop in your laptop. So here are a couple of beauty shots for those of you who may not be able to see it from back there. You can see it, it's beautiful. All aluminum, unibody, chassis. We don't cheap out on anything. It's always the very best for our friends and fans over here. Here's a perspective shot. It's a beautiful, beautiful laptop. Here it is from the back. And of course, just for today, we've made a special ad to share with all of you guys. Would you guys like to see it? Yeah. All right. Check it out. The desktop in your laptop. I'm sure you guys want to know when you can get one? Well, we're shipping worldwide in November. Very soon. Completely taking out the line between a desktop and a laptop. And it's going to be shipping worldwide in Germany, France, and the UK, and the US, of course. And starting at just €41.99 and $36.99. So, truly amazing. Think about it. The blade itself, the Razer Blade, and the new Blade Pro. Did somebody faint? So today we've been really honored and privileged to be here in Europe, to be here in Germany, to be here in Berlin, to share with you the first time ever we're able to share the Razer gaming laptops with our friends and fans here in Europe. We've got the Razer Blade Stealth, designed specifically for the users who just want portability. They don't need to play games in the day or whether it's at work or at college, but they would like the option to be able to plug in to have insane amount of power, like a desktop when they're back home or in the dorm. We've got the Razer Blade, designed specifically for the users like myself, on the go all the time, but still want to be able to play computer games at any point of time. The pure balance between power and portability. And now we've got the new Razer Blade Pro, the desktop in your laptop, one of the most powerful desktops on the planet. So thank you very much. Thank you for having me over here. But that's not all. So, you know, we know it's been a long time. For the past 5 years,